You finally decided to streamline your business with ClickUp, but now you have to figure out the best way to prep your spaces, folders, and lists before you spend hours getting deep into the setup only to find out you set it up incorrectly. If you're new here, I'm Sam. I'm an efficiency consultant who specializes in streamlining business operations with ClickUp, automation, and SOPs. We're starting with the basics here to help you determine your perfect hierarchy setup before you end up with 15 different spaces filled with basic templates that don't work for your specific business needs. If you're coming from Asana, ClickUp allows you to get much more in depth with how you organize. Rather than just projects and tasks, you have a multiple levels like spaces, folders, and lists that help you keep projects and tasks cleaner and may require different services of yours to take on different levels in the hierarchy. We're going to walk through all of those so you can correctly determine how to set up your spaces, lists, folders, and all of the good stuff. Let's dive right into it. First thing is spaces. Think of spaces as the top level organizational containers in ClickUp. They can represent departments, teams, or any high level category in your organization. You create them to really create a high level organization. I personally recommend trying to keep the number of spaces limited. I truly run my whole life through ClickUp, and I have multiple businesses in here, and I also use it for personal items like my husband's birthday. These spaces are top level only. If you do not have another business or personal items in here, you could make these your departments like marketing, operations, but I prefer to have everything in one place if I am using ClickUp for everything in my life. You can add different people to different spaces. People that work with me do not see my personal spaces. They don't see my other businesses. They only see what they need to see. Next up, we roll into folders. Within spaces, you can create folders. These are like subcategories where you can group related projects or tasks, and folders really help you maintain a structured approach. So I do my different departments here because, like I said before, my spaces consist of really high level. These are to hold all of the different lists. You don't want to have 700 different lists just within your space. This really helps keep things super organized so that you aren't searching everywhere for the different tasks that you're looking for. And you can add specific people to this level as well by going into your sharing and permissions. This is another way to only have people viewing the things that you need them to view. Then we go into the next level down. Lists reside within folders. So if I click this drop down here, you will see I have quite a few things in my marketing folder for my different places that I post my content. These are where your tasks will live. Now, these start to get fairly granular. Again, you don't want to have a ton of lists either. If you are creating a list for every little thing that you do, you're going to drive yourself crazy. Group things together as much as you possibly can. I've played with a lot of different list setups, and this is what I'm currently trying right now because in the high level marketing view, you can see all of the different lists within your folder. So it's not like I can't see everything together if it's in separate lists. I have before done different views where I have every single piece of content in one list and I work through it that way. This is what I'm currently testing right now for myself. You will only know what works for you if you try it out. There are so many different ways to set up ClickUp, and how you set up your hierarchy will depend on what you do within your business. Things that might be important to me might not be important to you and might take on a different role within your ClickUp. And that's okay. Every business is going to look different. And it's about setting up in a way that's going to be efficient, but then also testing that to continue to make adjustments to make sure that you are staying efficient. Some things will work for a little bit, and then you add on more people to your team and they need to adjust and adapt. For example, I offer one-to-one services, but somebody who creates a course might not have the same hierarchy set up as I do. Their clients aren't necessarily needing the high level of support that I need to provide to my clients. So when somebody gets added to their course, that might just be a small task for them to add something to their email list or something like that. Just a small task when somebody comes on. When I onboard somebody, I have to send them contracts, I have to send them invoices, make sure it's set up to continue to automate those. So that person is going to be higher level for me than somebody who isn't providing as high touch of service. Quickly, before we get into the final level of our hierarchy, hit that thumbs up button and hit subscribe if you are enjoying this content. It is greatly appreciated and really supports everything that we're doing over here. Now let's talk tasks. Tasks are the smallest units in the ClickUp hierarchy, and they are actionable items that you or your team need to work on. And you can assign tasks, set due dates, track progress. I've also grouped subtasks into this section, and I didn't necessarily mention them because they go inside tasks and they are mini action steps to often larger projects that are created as tasks. So if this was some big project that I had coming, I can add subtasks onto that. So, for example, in creating a YouTube video, I wish it was as easy as thinking of an idea and then all of a sudden that would happen on to pop into YouTube with perfect visuals and perfect audio and published by itself. Maybe one day we'll get there. But right now, there are a lot of steps to creating a YouTube video. For example, you have to record it, you have to edit it, you have to create cover images, you have to publish it, just to name a few tasks. Each of these will get assigned to whomever is responsible for this. And as you can see, these popped up pretty quickly. I have it automated to set everything to the specific person. And then you can set these to as a template. So this can come in as soon as a task is added, a high level task is added, it will automatically add these and create due dates for you, or you can come in and edit these and you can always look at the calendar view. All of that stuff is likely to be in another video, but tasks and subtasks are the final level of our hierarchy. There are some mistakes I see with these at times, and again, I will have to make another video out of that to not make this super, super long. I could go on and on for days about ClickUp, but for right now, this is the basic stuff you need to know. Understanding this hierarchy is key to getting the most out of ClickUp. And now you can go boost your efficiency and start managing your work and your team like a pro.